those games where you can, unfortunately, things can happen because the game is
weird.
Slight bit weird, a little bit random occasionally, but you can get sent on a little bit of tilt whenever that happens. But you try not to let that happen, and let's hope that doesn't happen to either of these teams. Starting off the first game here on the stream tonight. This is losers bracket. T-Lock Denti and Y.b.M versus LightningCam and Bryan, and yep, no problem.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So this is pretty interesting because Denti and Y.b.M aren't exactly a static team, but they're both very good players.
Right.
And obviously, Bryan's not even from this region. LightningCam usually teams with Rexy, who couldn't enter doubles tonight. So LightningCam now teaming with Bryan from, I think, San Antonio?
Nonetheless, he's from Texas, and he's definitely considered at this point, I guess, so I hear, the best Wario in Texas, which is pretty cool. He was looking pretty solid when I played against him just before this for Cam and Bryan. And like I said, I had never actually heard of Bryan before, so I was kind of wondering who Cam was teaming with this week.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously you have a little bit of an unorthodox team in Double Wii Fit, but from what you saw playing against Bryan, what kind of habits or what kind of sort of expertise did you glean from his playstyle?
What I actually really appreciated was that he on stage, he knew how to react to things quite well. Off stage, he seemed a little uncomfortable from times, but that's just because off stage against Wii Fit is like, you feel scared, or you probably should if you don't.
Really shouldn't be there in the first place.
It's very terrifying. If I could quote my brother on this one, he's played against me a lot, obviously, and he's said before, in certain moments, he thinks that Wii Fit's quite broken off stage when you're just like 1v1ing most of the cast, which is relatively true. It's really good. But that's something I've seen out of Bryan a lot tonight, utilizing that bike, but unfortunately going to SD right there for it. Yep. He's really, really solid on stage with these conversions, just like they're getting that up air or taking Denti's first stock. But off stage, occasionally, he falters just a little bit.
Well, it'd be good to look out for that. I mean, obviously, it's easy to find yourself in a situation like that with Wario, but like you said, kind of came onto that a little bit there with the SD. Not even necessarily an SD, but the fact that a little bit like Charizard's up B, Wario's up B is just pretty uncooperative in trying to go to the ledge sometimes.
Right.
And you just don't really get there, so really good save from Denti, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really solid save. He knew that Y.b.M got trumped by LightningCam right there. Super scary, but Denti's going to save his teammate. Let's see. So we got a pretty even game here, slightly in favor to the Y.b.M LightningCam, or sorry, Y.b.M Denti team here.
Yeah, and it's interesting how even this is right now, because Red Team feels like they've had a stranglehold on this match the whole time, but this could go either way, especially with the kind of kill potential that you get in Wario.
Right. He wasted Waft a little bit earlier trying to kill Y.b.M off the top on his previous stock there, but yeah, going to eat that forward smash. That's going to be Cam's first stock there. So we're going to see if Bryan, he's about even percents with both of these players here. We're going to see if Bryan can actually bring this back. It looks like he's really camping on stage with the bike there. That's probably one of Wario's best approach options, I could guess. I've messed around with this character a handful of times, but never in tournament. Yeah, his approach options on stage, I mean, he struggles from range. You know, that's one of the hardest things for Wario, but I bet the bike is pretty good for him.
The bike might be a pretty decent workaround against Y.b.M, but that's the kind of thing where it's kind of hard for him to get in on Cloud because he's got so many disjoints and so much power to punish anything like that with.
I know Wario kind of has the Mario thing where he really does just kind of struggle against sword characters. He has range issues like Mario, but they're actually a little bit worse too, because at least Mario has like, I guess back air.
He has good aerial mix-ups.
Yeah. He has like back air as a decent approach option, and also just like a good ground game. Like he definitely has a better throw game than Wario does. Wario doesn't actually get anything true out of throws. He can get like down throw dash attack, but it's like a 50-50, like if you don't tech or something along the lines. It's really strange. But for those of you who don't know, Wario's dash attack is super strange because it's a really good move, actually. The weak hit of it, jab lux, and it has a 100% chance to trip the weak hit part. And it's also actually really good at the ledge because it reaches below the ledge, and it's actually can send you into an untechable situation. But Y.b.M's going to make the switch to Kirby.
I think that's probably a mistake because I've never seen that.
I actually have seen that. Y.b.M does have a Kirby. He does. It's one
All
of
right.
It's one of his secondary characters. He actually did main Kirby in Brawl. For those of you who don't know, he was a really solid Kirby back in the Brawl days. But he actually does like this character a lot, and I've seen him mess around with Kirby quite a bit. Not exactly sure why we're seeing both players switch, like Denti off of Cloud. I know Denti plays Luigi, and I'm familiar with Y.b.M's Kirby, but kind of interesting to see this switch after winning Game 1. Maybe they're trying to get these characters comfortable.
I think they're probably just having fun.
I would guess, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the game was, definitely in favor of red team, but, the green team kept it pretty close, I'd say. I mean, it wasn't necessarily like, a 3-stock or something like that.
Oh my goodness, Y.b.M. So Y.b.M landed the hammer. I mean, really, he's been doing two things in this game, which is neutral airing and down airing, but it's been 80% down air from Y.b.M, and it's just working. No rhyme or reason to why, but it's just working.
We're seeing also a lot of the Kirby bread and butter, which is duck into down tilt and that kind of stuff. We're seeing a fair amount of that when he needs to. It's a pretty good option for Kirby. Like we were talking about earlier, that duck is just so scary. Great option that Kirby has overall. But here we're seeing still in favor of the red team, as we've seen Bryan lose his first stock there just a second ago.
Bryan really likes using that motorcycle, and I would feel like it should be mitigated by Lilat, but it really isn't. And Cam going to go down to that down air from Y.b.M.
It's unfortunate. The Kirby down air is actually pretty good.
It's super good.
Yeah, it sets up in a grab, up tilt, smash attacks. It also, its spike is deceptively strong, all things considered here.
Yeah, that being said, it does only do the meteor smash past 100%. But when it does, you're probably not recovering. And Denti, speaking of not recovering, going to miss the ledge there as Lilat tilts away from him.
And that's unfortunate. Denti hadn't taken much percent on that stock here, but goodness gracious.
Okay, Bryan's got the waft. But I'm wondering if he's going to wait to use that. Yeah,
that was a nice up tilt right there. Going to take out Y.b.M's first stock. Wario's up tilt, not utilized as much from what I've seen. But
Denti.
Yeah, Denti read that get up option there.
Kicking it with the Shoryu. Or punching it, rather, I guess.
I believe he rolled backwards right as Bryan got up so he could avoid the get up attack and just clean punish there.
Right to my lead again, Y.b.M with the hammer.
I can't believe he hit that twice.
And this time actually killing with it, too, and with a pretty decent charge. Denti going real low to recover.
Unfortunately for Cam there, he did not make it. Man, we're still... nice power shield on the waft. Okay, so what Bryan might have been looking for right there was one of Wario's known waft setups, which is a falling up air or a falling neutral air. The way his aerials can work, you can punish pretty hard with a waft if you get it, but unfortunately for Bryan, not going to find it there. Denti going to be able to shield it.
And again, Denti with the up B, but coming down with the bike is Bryan, and they're going to do a share stock, so now it's Denti along with some Y.b.M helping Y.b.M going to go for the hammer.
Wanting that grab release setup right there, but Y.b.M just barely missed spacing after the Denti's grab release. So we're going to see a 2v1 here. This is looking really grim for the green team, and yeah, he's just going to go down right there.
Is that a down air or a back air from Luigi?
I think it was back air. Yep.
Either way, taking him down very nicely off of that bike, going to get the kill.
A quick little 2-0 there for Denti and Y.b.M.
And not only that, doing that with Luigi and Kirby.
I know both of those guys have those characters. That's a little less known for Y.b.M to have that Kirby, but he does.
And obviously, Denti...
It's pretty good. In fact, I think
known for Luigi.
At recent Denti's Bizarre Adventure 6, I don't know if you were there for that.
Only the beginning.
Okay. And pools, I know Y.b.M used primarily Kirby, if not all Kirby. I glanced over and looked over and saw him playing Kirby to get out of pools. Top 30 or top 16.
Well,
so I know he has a Kirby.
See, Zanzi, it's possible. You can do it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Smash 4 is one of those games where it's a decently balanced game, and there's a lot of characters that you can take, and do pretty well with. We see a lot of different character specialists prove that. We've seen Nico and Kome at Super Major Civil War both getting 32nd, I want to say. 48, something like that. Pretty crazy because they both play Shulk, and they only played Shulk.
T, I mean, at Civil War, T got second with, or
third with Link.
third with Link, yeah.
And that's pretty crazy because before then we never seen that. And Falcon being in second is still crazy. Even though, you know, Falcon's a good character, but, you know,
he's not second place good.
Not at a super major.
No.
No. I could see him winning a local easy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he does.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Fatality does.